guys, it's Patience, and today we're going to be seeing if I can read The Maze Runner in one day. Okay, so as you can still see, I'm kind of in my pajamas here, because I woke up, I saw the snow outside, I saw everything there, and I was like, you know what? Today would be a great day to go and read a book I've never read in one day. And also, it's Monday in a couple days, and I don't have anything to put out, so this is that thing. Congratulations! So, page 1, right off the bat, I like Thomas. I like how this dude is taking care of himself. I like it. I feel like this guy who's like, is this a guy author? He went to place a lot of guy authors really just aren't willing to go. Like, admitting, like, that the main character is, like, actually scared, and, like, yeah, I like that. Page 7, the glade seems pretty cool. Page 9, the glade does not seem pretty cool. They're talking about throwing people off cliffs, and people are getting killed. I knew this book had, like, I knew, like, the basics of this book, that there's this huge mage, and I knew it was pretty violent, but, like, okay, maybe the glade isn't the greatest place to be. Okay, page 16. So they all remember their names, but not any other names. So I'm gonna call it right now and say that this is the holy grail of young adult scientists. Page 17, they see a picture of an old woman, okay? So, I'm just gonna call it now, that's a scientist. So, suddenly Thomas is like, I feel like I've been here, like, I know this place, and some other people are recognizing him. So I feel like there's only one way that this could possibly be it. Possession. Someone possessed Thomas. That's the only explanation here. Like, maybe it's the ghost of that guy they mentioned before, like Nick. Maybe he ghosted in when Thomas was in his sleeping bag and, like, bloop. They're trying to solve the maze, but, like, I feel like there's a very easy way to do this, and, like, have they never thought of this? You just get some paint, you walk as forward as you can, and you mark the paint on each one, so you go forward. And then the next rhyme, you just, because it changes every night, right? So you go as forward as you can the next night, and you mark it forward, and you just keep going until you hit the end of the maze, eventually. I don't know, like, it sounds like such a simple solution, but I feel like that would work. Because then you find the edges of the maze, right? And, like, it has to be out on, like, one of the sides. Or the, like, yeah, edges or sides if it's a box, right? Or even a circle. Like, that way you get to the end. Okay, so he sees the beetle blades, right? And Albie's basically like, oh, it's how the creators watch us. Scientists, scientists. Okay, page 66. He follows a beetle blade, and he sees the word wicked scrawled on its back. But wicked is all in capital letters, which leads me to believe that it's an acronym. Which leads me to believe that somehow wicked is something to do with the organization the scientists are part of. I guarantee it, this is the way this is going. I've seen this before a lot of times. Wicked is the scientist. So I left off on page 104. Someone had to borrow the book, so we'll get back to it soon. Alright, so I'm back. Let's get started. Okay, at the top of page 107, Chuck asks, what's wrong with you? And Newt's like, everything in the universe. That's a whole mood right there. I feel that, Newt. I empathize with that. Also, like, are Minho and Newt dead? And Minho and the other one, Minho and Helpy, are they dead? Does that make Gally the leader now? Oh. Watch out, dentistry. I guess everyone's gonna have those teeth now. Oof. Okay, so Thomas is in the maze now, but why not just climb the walls? You could just, like, there's eye view, right? So you could, like, they said they made a rope earlier too, so just make a rope and then up the maze, up the walls you go. And then from there you can, like, see everything, so you can see where the end is, and you don't even have to worry about the twists and turns. You can just write it down and then bloop, and go. Why don't they do that? I know Minho's like, oh yeah, we tried that, but, like, why didn't that? Why on earth would that not work? Go Thomas, like, yeah, okay. Minho's just like, oh, see you, boy, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna leave, I'm just gonna, like, rock out, just waltz along in the maze by myself, but, like, no, Albie needs to live here, too. And here, hold on, let me find it. Yeah, he can't leave a friend to die. Good for you, Thomas, being a decent human being. Something that Minho just couldn't manage, could he? No. Because he couldn't believe people would create something so horrible and send it after kids. Well, I mean, they named themselves Wicked. Either they have no sense of style and were, like, hopelessly bullied as a child and now they feel the need to get revenge on children, or these scientists, they're just wicked and they know what they are. So, I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I have an idea. What if there isn't an exit to the maze? Here, hold on. Thomas says, like, It seemed as if the maze was perched on a structure several miles above the ground. But that would make sense, right? Because then the scientists, I'm just assuming they're a scientist for now because I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. That's the holy grail of young adult scientists. The scientists are just here, and the maze is like all the way up here, and so like they can't get out of the maze, so you don't ruin your experiment, right? So yeah, you can just observe them for as long as you feel like. And that's why you have to have like the elevator or the box, or like why it was gone on for so long. Why don't they just use one of those vine rope things they use for the box and just like boop down the cliff? They could do that. Okay, so I'm on page 158, and ooh, Minho's just nominated him to be the keeper of the runners. That sounds kind of dumb for me, because, like, yes, he did stuff, so I feel like he should be a runner, but keeper, like, no, you have to know all of the runners. They have to want to obey you. It has to be, like, it's like a leadership position. You can't just nominate someone for leader just because they're good at doing whatever the thing is. I mean, that just doesn't work very well. So, I don't know about that. I feel like they will just because he's the main character, but, like, no, probably I don't think this should be going on. Had the incident with Albie. Okay, so there's something going on with Thomas and the girl, whatever she is. Yeah, were they? I feel like they couldn't be scientists though, because then why on earth would they send them there without memories? I feel like that would be just so pointless. It's not like they can see through their eyes, and they already have like little bug beetle things to like check it out with that. I don't know. I don't really trust the girl. I don't know. Page 184. Okay, so Teresa's talking to him in his head. I'm not sure how that's working, but it happened. So she says, we're the last ones. It'll end soon, it has to. Her memory's fading. They can pass the trials they sent her as a trigger. She says, it was you and me. We did this to them, to us. Okay, so, I have a theory, and it's kind of like a really weird theory. Like, scientist, that's like a definite theory. But, like, the other one, it's like a, kind of theory, you know? So, okay, Albie mentioned something called the flare, right? So that could be, like, a wildfire or something. So, like, what if this, like, giant wildfire just, like destroyed Earth, like, completely destroyed Earth? Boom, done. Yeah, I don't know what I'm getting at here. Completely destroyed Earth. And so the scientists were like, oh, okay, we need to build ourselves like a safe haven or something. And then we can erase our memories so we don't remember all these painful, traumatic things that happened to us. So they erased their memories. The people there are the scientists. They erased their memories. And then they live in this nice, peaceful place where they can live. And Thomas and Teresa, which I guess we just learned is her name, Thomas and Teresa were the last ones, and they're the last people who are sending themselves there so they can live in this nice, peaceful place without their memories. And the maze is just a thing to make sure, like, they never get out, so, like, they never figure what's going on, so they can just enjoy their life. But then, that doesn't explain the grievers, though. Why would they do that to themselves? Why would that be a thing? Maybe just to make sure they didn't, and it didn't work? But, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. That's just so random. Okay, so something's going on here. Something's going on here. That's a definite. That theory probably is not the case. But yeah, we're getting some more pieces, so I'm actually pretty intrigued for this, so let's see. This is basically raced into the maze to de-stress in the most dangerous place he could possibly de-stress. The maze. And then, so basically he's running, and then like he remembers how to get back, like most people would, right? He says he knew what it meant. Minho had been right. Soon Thomas would be the best runner. The second thing he learned about himself, as if the knife in the maze hadn't proved it already, was that his body was in perfect shape. Like, okay, Thomas, we get it. You're good. We get it. We get it. You're good. It was like, don't you think this is laying it on a little tiny bit thick? Like, have some humility, man. Like, we get it. You're good. You're good. Okay? We get it. We get it, Thomas. So apparently Gally just like, he was like, you know what, I have had enough of this, and he like bolted out into the maze all by himself. Just for the kick of it, I guess. So he just bolted out into the maze, and then there he goes. But like, I feel like if he had the memories, right, he'd know something about the maze. Maybe he's secretly one of the scientists. And if my theory's right, then he'd get his memories back about like how the maze works, right? So like, he might escape. He could escape, right? If he has his memories back. Maybe they're just, like, random memories of just, like, oh, I came here and then I was drugged by some scientists or something. I don't know. But, like, I feel like if he went into the maze, he might have an idea of where he's going. So, if you were to find him, you could probably find out some good information, too. Just saying. Minho is explaining everything, and they are running through the maze. And, I mean, there is a lot of running. Yeah, they have to get, like, special running sneakers and, like, everything. It's a good thing I'm not the protagonist of this story, because then it would have to be called the Maze Walker, because I would not be doing all that running. Or wait, or better yet, the Maze Sitter. I could go for that. Although I'd probably get, like, stung by the grievers. So, you know what? Go figure. Maybe I wouldn't have been a maze runner at all. So it's like almost 4 and I have to go to a Christmas party tonight. So I'm reading. I'm about, like, what, halfway there now? I'm a little over halfway there. So it's just, here's hoping I can make it. We'll see. As if he didn't believe his eyes. World and Catastrophe, Kill Zone Experiment Department. Scientists. I knew it. But, okay, it's this World and Catastrophe, right? So that must be what the thing was talking about, how Albie was like, oh, the flare, and like, everybody was talking about how horrible it was back in the world. The only thing that confuses me here is the kill zone part. Like, what's that supposed to be? So the grievers dove off the cliff, which means that I was right. I was right. The cliff does not lead to death. There's something under the cliff. And that's the way out of the maze. So I bet you anything they're going to do what I said in the very beginning. They're going to make the ropes and then go down the cliff with the ropes. Yes, I'm just waiting for that to happen now. I like this. I like how this book is like giving me enough hints so I can like figure it out. But like at the same time, it's not like whopping me over the head with what's going on. So I think this book strikes a nice balance, and that's something a lot of books fail to do. So I'm really excited, and I think this is going well. So we'll see. I have a couple of more hours before the Christmas party. And Teresa speaks in Tom's head, and she says, the maze is a code, Tom, the maze is a code. And he was just wondering about the straight lines. So what I'm going to take guesses here, because it repeats itself every couple of months or so, what it's doing is spelling out words. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, how many patterns there are in like each thing. And then they just have to look at all of the things together instead of just separately. And then they can be like, oh, yay, there it goes. And Teresa just said a bombshell. She says, wicked is good. What? They're the scientists. How is this? I am extremely confused now. They put them in this thing and they're good? Okay. I don't know. I guess we'll see how this turns out. Hopefully it'll make sense soon. Okay, so the doors are open, the gate is unsafe, and Gally just warned them that they're gonna pick them off one by one. You know what I would do at this point? I would just be like, no, I am done, and I would just go into the griever hole, because they have to go somewhere, you know? They can't just, it's not like it's a cave. If it was that hidden, it has to be some sort of exit, so I would go down there. I would just, you know, get my rope, and I would climb on down, and it might be minorly suicidal, but I could have people on standby to like maybe drag me out. Or like worst case scenario, at least you know that it wouldn't work then, right? Because if everyone's going to die anyway, like you might as well try it. Yeah, so he got stung by the griever on purpose, which he hinted at he was going to do in the beginning of the book. So I was kind of expecting that, but it was actually pretty cool. The changing was pretty cool. I liked how they did that. Yeah, he's mentioning that their names were basically based on scientists like Albie for Albert Einstein, Newt for Isaac Newton. But like, what was Frypan's name? You're not seriously telling me there's a scientist named Frypan, are you? Because I don't think there is. I'm gonna look that up later, but I don't think there is. The griever hole, the griever hole. 34, Albie just sacrificed himself. He ran off into the grievers and was like, alright, I'm going to go. It's gonna be my last stand or whatever. And Thomas basically brushes it off like, oh yeah, he wasn't doing that to save all of us. He just didn't want to go back to whatever he saw. Which is like, fair enough, but like, don't devalue his sacrifice like that. He didn't have to do that. He did not have to do that. He could have died in a much less painful way. Anyway, yeah. And then like Minho and Thomas are just like, all right, oh well, let's just keep going. We're just gonna go. Fantastic. Now we don't have to sacrifice ourselves. Yay. And Newt's like, how could you guys be so heartless? And like, I agree with Newt. I am with Newt on this one. Like 110%, boy. They go down there and they see behind the glass the creators. So I guess we're gonna finally meet them. I don't know why I'm excited. I said that so excitedly. I guess we're going to finally meet them. Is that better? I don't know. I guess we're going to finally meet them. So this should be interesting. I'm excited to see what they have to say, or what they say about Thomas and Teresa, especially. Okay, so this woman walked in. She says, like, okay, basically she controls Gally, right? I feel bad for Gally. Can I just say that? I mean, like, yeah, he wasn't the nicest to Thomas. Like, sure, whatever. Okay, fine. But he has had one rotten life. He gets stung, he has these horrible memories from the changing, nobody believes him, nobody takes him seriously. Minho, whenever he disagrees with him, just like casually gets on and beats up the dude. And then he's like, alright, fine, I'm just gonna go out, I'm just gonna go. And he goes into the maze. And then what happens? The people control him, and he can't get back, and then he gets eaten by the Griever thing. And then here he is, and people are controlling him again, and everyone hates him, and it's not his fault, and I feel bad. Oh my gosh, he killed Chuck. I liked Chuck. Chuck was good. I wanted Chuck to go home and see everything. Even if it was horrible, I wanted him to see everything. But I guess he's dead now. All these people jumping in front of knives, what you need to do is you have to give them your shoulder so it gets stuck in your shoulder and doesn't kill you. I don't know. That's an oddly logical way to think about it. I'm just really upset that Chuck died. Because Chuck was honestly one of my favorite characters here. Yeah, that's disappointing. This is page 356. He's strangling Gally? Excuse me? Strangle the woman! Strangle the woman! She's the one who did this! Gally legit said they were controlling him. So strangle the woman, please. Go. No, this doesn't make sense. No. And so, okay, these people came and they rescued them, which is pretty cool. So I'm a little confused about that. Like, how would they know about this secret experiment? But you know what? We suspend our disbelief for the book. But then this woman, she spits on Thomas, and she says that they're going to save them from the flare, which, if I remember correctly, is a disease. But she spat on Thomas. And everybody knows that most diseases can be transmitted through spit, especially if it goes on your skin, which it looks like it did, because it sprayed Thomas. So, is the next book going to be about Thomas having the flare? I mean, that would be interesting, I cannot lie, but oh, I did not expect that would happen at all. Yay, we're almost done the book, and just in time too, literally just in time. But it looks like we have one little last surprise before this book finishes. We get an epilogue. And it looks like it's a wicked memo. Ooh, the plot thickens, Okay, so this memo, it says the rescue proved to be a valuable finale. So these people are actually working with Wicked, which I guess makes sense if they had that much resources, like seriously a ragtag team would just do that. And at the exact moment they escaped from the glade, that was already pretty sketchy. But, yeah. Ooh. This is kind of cool, stage 2, so I guess that's what the Scorch Trials, the next book, is about, so that's pretty cool. And it also says, oh, this is what I'm excited about mostly. Group B's trial results were also most extraordinary. What if there was a separate glade, like a parallel universe, but like not, just a parallel experiment, I guess, with girls? That would be so cool. That would be so cool, and if they got a boy instead of a girl for the last one, yes. That would be so cool. I would like to see that book. I would like to see that book happen. That's awesome. Okay, well, I think that's it. Yeah. One book, one day, I finished, despite having to race through it quickly. I think this was a really fabulous book. I really enjoyed all the characters. I really, really, really loved how the story was developed and how well he promised the action and, like, delivered on it. It's by James Dashner. James Dashner, I think you did a good job. This was a good book. Yeah. I don't think you'll ever watch this, but it was a good book anyway. So that's all for today, folks. Thank you so much for sticking around. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!